Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. Have you ever watched a world's fastest cat, a cheetah, run, chasing after a small, tiny stuffed animal? Or a king of animals, a lion roll at your face, and there is no barrier between you and him? How about a world's tallest animal feeding off of your hand? Or one of the most powerful animals, a rhino, gently feeding off of your hand? Or even better, how about riding a dolphin? Well, a few weeks ago, I had the pleasure of experiencing these things with my wife when I visited in Southern California, in the Animal Kingdom, when I visited the Southern California. I must say the experience was near spiritual experience, to see these animals so close and personal. And today, through my speech, I want to share this experience with you, specifically the interaction with the giraffes and the rhinos and of the safari and dolphins at the SeaWorld. So a few weeks ago, my wife and I journeyed 8 hours to San Diego, and I'd never been to San Diego, and visiting LA, I thought San Diego would be just like a big city. Desert, nothing out there, but I was so wrong. Southern California, though it's really hot, was an animal kingdom. It has SeaWorld and the safari. And needless to say, our trip in safari was amazing. But I had very little expectation because I've been to other zoos before and the aquariums before, and interaction with the animals was always blocked by this barrier of glass or fences. However, for this time, we wanted an enhanced experience. So we took a caravan tour, which took us on a tour of African safari in a truck. And there we had a wonderful experience of feeding this tall, giant giraffes. As we pulled closer to the herd of giraffes, we saw this tall, giant giraffes walking slowly but graciously, and as if they were greeting us. As the giraffes got closer and closer, our tour guide pulled out a bucket of acacia leaves as a feed and handed out to us and showed us how to feed the giraffes. And the instruction that was given to me was that to stand right behind the rail, your back against the giraffe, and you have to hide your treats in your hand because they'll come and reach out and eat it out of your hand. And you have to make sure your photographer is also well in place to take the photo of you as you're doing it. And once you and the photographer is ready, you simply reach out and give the feed to the giraffe. And you have to make sure you're looking at the camera because it is so hard not to look at this amazing giraffe feeding off of you. And I have a picture of me here. It's kind of hard to see. I try to show it on the computer here, but it's down for the minute, so I can't show it to you. But yes, as you can see, the smile is an essential when feeding the giraffe as well. And also had the pleasure of feeding the rhinos. This was not planned. However, as we were driving back to the compound, our truck abruptly stopped right next to these two rhinos that was in the shade on the road. And the tour guide said, we're lucky to run into these rhinos because usually these rhinos are deep near the creek, below the road. And the tour guide pulled out a bucket of apples and started giving out to us. And I had the pleasure of also feeding the rhinos as well. So, learning from the previous experience, I leaned gently against the rail on the side of the truck, and I make sure that I was looking at the camera, and then I gently tossed the apple into the mouth of the rhino. It was quite scary because he was literally reaching out with his tongue and kind of trying to take it out of my hand. But nonetheless, it was an amazing feeling I felt like I was the Beastmaster of these animals. But the fun didn't stop here. A few days prior, we had most amazing experience. And what can possibly top the giraffe, the feeding the giraffes and the rhinos? Riding a dolphin, swimming with them. A day prior to going to the safari, Sunita and I visited the SeaWorld. And there, we signed up for the Dolphin Interaction Program. And we suited up in our wetsuit and joined the trainer. And with a brief introduction to the dolphin, by the trainer, it started out with initially touching the dolphin for the dolphin to get familiarized with us, as well as us with them. And we reached out our hand as it passed. We reached out with our hand as it passed by us, and initial touch of feeling of the dolphin was quite amazing because I thought it would be fishy and slimy. However, it was really tough and very plastic. I was quite amazed by that. And once we got to know the dolphin, I had the experience of riding a dolphin. And there are two ways to do this. One way is to hold on to the top fin with your both hand and let the dolphin pull you as it moves. And the second way is to hold the top fin and then grab around the torso. And because I wanted to get really close to the dolphin, what I've done is I grabbed the top fin and grabbed the torso and let it pull me. And the dolphin was so fast that when I let go, I nearly ran into the trainer. But it was an amazing feeling to ride the dolphin. As you can see here, essentially, the smile is an essential in any of these experiences. So to sum it up, my trip to the animal kingdom was amazing. Though the driving was nearly 1,000 miles, I recommend all NPS Toastmasters to go down there and check it out. And especially if you're a military member, it's a free admission free admission at the SeaWorld for your family and yourself, as well as at the safari, it's a free admission for yourself, and it's at the discounted rate for your family members. Thank you, Toastmasters.